What's going on, everybody? Rex TV back with another video, and in today's video we'll be discussing an article pertaining to the Los Angeles Lakers and them potentially revisiting the Russell Westbrook and the John Wall trade. This article is per heavy, and the headline reads, "Proposed offseason star swap gets Lakers off two bad contracts." This article was written by Austin Boyd, and he goes on to say, the Los Angeles Lakers can't do much right now with Russell Westbrook, but it's clear that there's not much of a future between the two sides. There's obviously tension building as Westbrook has been much worse than the team expected when they traded for him. The answer might be to have him come off the bench, but it's feasible to see him stirring up drama if the team tries to do that. It goes on to say the Lakers need to figure out how to move on from him in the offseason. Westbrook does have a player option, but there's almost no way he'll walk away from the $47 million that he'll be owed. Los Angeles could buy him out or cut him and stretch out his contract. However, the least complicated option is simply to trade him. His expiring contract could be appealing to teams looking for ample cap space for 2023. Greg Swartz of Bleacher Report believes the Lakers could revisit a trade with the Houston Rockets. In this scenario, the Los Angeles Lakers could get John Wall and Eric Gordon for Taylor Horton-Tucker, Russell Westbrook, and a 2027 first-round draft pick. He says, no team is going to call Rob Pelinka's office this summer begging for Westbrook, so moving him for another bad contract like Wall's is likely their only option. Getting Gordon is what makes the trade worth doing. However, as the veteran wing is averaging 14 points per game and 2.9 assists while shooting 41.2% from the three, he says a core four of LeBron James, Anthony Davis, Wall, and Gordon is far better than the Lakers are currently rolling out, especially with Russell Westbrook gone. So if you guys would like to read the full article, the link is in the description box. So he says a core four of LeBron James, AD, John Wall, and Gordon is far better than the Lakers. Well, to me, the core four of LeBron, Anthony Davis, John Wall, and Gordon, it sounds very similar to Russell Westbrook, James Harden, Eric Gordon, and Clint Acapella. And we all know how that worked. It didn't. Now, I have no idea whatsoever why those in the media are so fixated on the Russell Westbrook trade for John Wall, and for some reason they believe in their delusional minds that this deal will somehow dissolve the Lakers' problems, when in fact they will just reappear next season. John Wall and Russell Westbrook are both two ball dominant players that need the ball in their hands to create and to score. These stupid LeBron James lovers want their cake and eat it too. They bashed and attacked Russell Westbrook all season long for his so-called poor play, but then want a team to take him. I mean, make that make sense. I hope no team takes Russell Westbrook next year, okay? Because Russ is the least of our worries. Russell Westbrook is the least of our worries, people. The player who is at fault for the Lakers' struggles is solely on LeBron James. Not the Lakers front office, not Rob Pelinka, not Anthony Davis, no other players. LeBron James deserves all the blame. And then you got LeBron James worshippers talking about the Le worshippers. That's what I call them, the Le worshippers. You can't blame LeBron James. Rob Pelinka is the GM. He has the sole power. He can't tell LeBron what to do. Shut up. Okay, do you understand that most NBA teams allow their star player to have input on the decisions? So they asked LeBron James, who did he want? Russell Westbrook or Buddy Hield? Who did he choose? Russell Westbrook. So what did the front office do for their star, to appease their star, to cater to their star, to pamper their spoiled star? They went out and got Russell Westbrook. LeBron James deserves all the blame. Why? Because him nor his disloyal, weak, delusional fans hold him accountable. Okay? LeBron James must go. Lakers should trade him to the worst team in the league for the best assets, or trade him to the Cavaliers for their best assets, or hey, trade both Russell Westbrook and LeBron James to the Houston Rockets. Do a 3-team trade so that John Wall doesn't become a Laker. And Pops asked me a question today. He said, do you think the Lakers front office regret trading their entire future for LeBron James? And I told him no, because Jeannie Buss, she would rather have that bubble championship just so she can be tied with the Celtics. But I told him, if you ask me, I would rather go through our losing days and the process of developing the young core than dealing with what the Lakers are dealing with now. Because when the Lakers weren't winning championships and they were losing with the young core, we didn't have to deal with the drama and the toxic media denigrating and threatening players' wives. before LeBron James showed up, okay? But trading LeBron James must be job number one for the Lakers. Please trade him as soon as possible. Don't even let the season be over. Like the last game, very last game of the season, just trade him. Don't even let us get to the offseason, okay? LeBron James fans got the nerve to try to play mind games with us, bro. They really like females out here. Talking about if LeBron James leaves the Lakers, you're never going to win a championship again. The Lakers are never going to win another championship. Don't y'all know how these females play them childish little mind games? Like, you let me walk out that door, you'll never find somebody like me. Well, bye. I don't need you. It's plenty of fish in the sea. LeBron James, not Russell Westbrook. It's like that female that you had a crush on in high school, okay? Once you get with her, you realize you're not that excited and you realize she's too high maintenance and she's spoiled. But anyway, trade LeBron James to the Shanghai Sharks and maybe both him and LeBron could go play over there overseas. Trade LeBron James and the cancer is gone. But anyway, y'all let me know what y'all think. Y'all get in that comment box, like, share, subscribe. I'm out.